Welcome to this edition of Collier Recap. I'm Troy Miller, and this is a recap of the October 8th Board of County Commissioners meeting. The board began the day celebrating 3 proclamations. First, the month of October was declared Domestic Violence Awareness Month. The proclamation was accepted by Linda Oberhaus, Executive Director for the Shelter of Abused Women and Children, Sheriff Kevin Rambosk, and Steve Russell from the State's Attorney's Office.
I just want to thank each of you for acknowledging October as National Domestic Violence Awareness Month. I'd also like to thank several commissioners who showed up for the shelter's 25th anniversary ceremony this past week. Commissioner Fiala, Commissioner Hiller, and Commissioner Nance. We really appreciated your attendance. Also, I just want to thank our local state attorney's office for all the work they do on behalf of helping to keep victims safe and perpetrators accountable for their crimes, as well as the law enforcement agencies, which would include the Collier County Sheriff's Office and also the Naples Police Department and Marco Island Police Department. As you know, October is National Domestic Violence Awareness Month. The shelter will be sponsoring activities throughout the month of October. And I would just encourage the community to visit the shelter's website at naplesshelter.org for a listing of those activities.
Next, commissioners also designated October as Long-Term Care Residents' Rights Month. There are more than 1.5 million individuals living in 16,000 nursing homes and 1 million individuals living in 50,000 board and care assisted living facilities in the United States, with over 4,000 facilities and 170,000 residents in Florida. The Federal Nursing Home Reform Act of 1987 guarantees residents their individual rights in order to promote and maintain their dignity and autonomy. The proclamation was accepted by Barbara Pohl, District Ombudsman Manager, and Ruth Agesti, Ombudsman Florida Ombudsman Program. The final proclamation recognized Keep Collier Beautiful for its volunteer efforts during the International Coastal Cleanup on September 21, 2013. The award was accepted by Jim Zimmerman, Volunteer Executive Director of Keep Collier Beautiful, and Keep Collier Beautiful board members.
What I'd like to say is that so far on September 21st, we had reported 14 of 18 sites, and of those 14 of 18 sites, we've had 1,564 volunteers, and of these volunteers, 562 were children, the rest were adults. We collected 17,460 pounds of trash, and that's a little disappointing. I would rather collect about 1,000 or 100 pounds because there wouldn't be any, but unfortunately that 17,000 came in 881 bags of trash.
Keep Collier Beautiful is a nonprofit organization founded in 1996 with the mission of protecting Collier County's natural beauty and environment through public education about litter prevention and community-based cleanup projects. The Board of County Commissioners recognized the Naples Art Association as its Business of the Month. Founded in 1954, the Naples Art Association is a nonprofit organization that operates the Von Liebig Arts Center. Their mission is to promote and advance education, interest, and participation in the visual arts. With programs throughout the Naples area, the association serves individual artists of all ages and skill levels along their creative journeys and inspires all who visit to live and think artistically. Congratulations to the Naples Art Association for being named Collier County Business of the Month. Commissioners recognized Mark Isaacson and the staff of the Office of Management and Budget for receiving the Budget Presentation Award for fiscal year 2013 from the Government Finance Officers Association. Isaacson thanked commissioners and his staff, Ed Finn, Susan Usher, Therese Stanley, and Sherry Kimball. Bureau of Emergency Services Director Dan Summers gave the board a presentation in relation to the proposed oil exploration and production wells located east of 24th Avenue Southeast in the Golden Gate Estates area. The report included discussion of the approach used by emergency management, summary of areas of concern voiced by the board and residents, analysis of those concerns by staff along with staff recommended actions, and staff actions to date on the permit. Commissioner Nance suggested giving staff further direction that included the following.
I would certainly like the board to enable Mr. Summers to start making planning for adding oil exploration and petroleum issues to his emergency management preparedness, number one. Number two, I think it is past time that Collier County engage the owner and their vendors regarding an interlocal agreement. And Mr. Summers has done a fine job under staff recommendations portion of the backup to identify things that are practical applications to what's going to take place that are not addressed by DEP. I'm personally very disappointed that DEP went out and they established a hazard zone and did not follow up with any guidance regarding what was going to occur when this hazard zone overlapped the residential area. And that's the gaps between the overlap between responsibilities and where the gaps are is what we're left to determine.
Commissioners agreed to have the Bureau of Emergency Services move forward with their plan. The board heard a conditional use permit from the Naples Equestrian Center that would allow them to expand their facilities on Goodlet Frank Road. The NEC provides equine therapy services for various special needs clients. The center currently operates out of their trademark Red Barn and Riding Ring, along with some other smaller buildings on Lot 21, which is on the corner of Goodlet Frank Road and Center Street. The permit request would allow them to expand their facility to lots 20 and 19, which adjoin them to the south. The board heard input from NEC staff and clients, as well as area residents concerned over the possibility of increased traffic in their neighborhood.
I think having a well-planned and a dedicated group of people that realize they have to be respectful in the community, by all testimony today, it's been a very good relationship so far. I don't see that it can't continue and to flourish and everybody get the benefits that they got. I would hate to see all of our agriculture pushed out east, for the simple reason that I know what's going to happen. You're not going to have the volunteers. You're not going to have the exposure in the community that brings in the donations. You're not going to have the readily accessible facility to the children that need it. Nobody wants to drive an hour and a half to go take advantage of these facilities.
The conditional use was granted unanimously after compromises about access to the NEC facility was limited to Center Street. Commissioners adopted an amendment to the hearing examiner ordinance. The change more clearly defines when conditional use matters would go before the hearing examiner and when they would go to the Planning Commission and then on to the Board of County Commissioners. Another change also allows commissioners to move individual requests from the hearing examiner to the Planning Commission. These changes were approved by the board in a 4-to-1 vote. Much needed road improvements are on the way. The board approved a construction contract for US 41 and State Road County Road 951 intersection improvements from south of Eagle Creek Drive to north of Triangle Boulevard and resurfacing, restoration, and rehabilitation of State Road 951 from south of Fiddler's Creek Parkway to Tower Road. While presenting, Growth Management Administrator Nick Castellanguida reported that additional state funds had been made available for the project.
Commissioners, it's been a long day, and this is a good news item. We're very fortunate to work with FDOT last week. We watched their bid item come in lower, ours come in a little higher. I asked to set up a conference call with DOT Secretary Billy Hadaway. We had about an hour, half-hour long discussion about the projects and working together. Asked if there would be some additional funding he could put towards this 951 project. We hung up the phone call. He said he'd get back to us, and within 24 hours, he sent over a note that he would add $2.3 million to this project. So
that was a great return on a phone call. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Very well done.
The bid went to Community Asphalt Fort Myers in the amount of $20,689,000.12. The board awarded bid for the Forest Lake MSTU Phase 2 and 3 sidewalk lighting, landscape, and turn lane improvements project to Quality Enterprises, Inc. in the amount of $948,353.43. The sidewalks in this proposed project will complete the remaining 1-mile portion of what will be a 2.5-mile total loop sidewalk and lighting along the Forest Lakes Boulevard. Additionally, the project provides for adding an additional turn lane at the main entrance to Forest Lakes community onto Pine Ridge Road for improved traffic flow out of the community. To supplement the sidewalk lighting and turn lane improvements, this project includes landscaping enhancements along the sidewalk and at the Woodshire Lane entrance to the Forest Lakes community. The funds are all generated through the MSTU and not the county's general fund. The board approved a fact sheet that will be distributed to the Isles of Capri Fire District residents, along with a survey regarding the future of the district fire service. The sheet addresses 9 critical resident questions about proposed changes to their fire services. The Isles of Capri Fire District is currently run by Collier County. The residents of Fiddler's Creek are planning to be annexed into the East Naples Fire Department next year, and the county recently entered into a management agreement with the East Naples Fire District to manage the Isles of Capri Fire District for the next year. We will keep you posted on the results of the citizen survey as this story continues to unfold. The commissioners accepted the information collected from the Public Safety Authority, County Medical Director's Office, County Emergency Medical Services, and Physicians Regional Hospital regarding issues raised in Agenda Item 10I on the May 14, 2013 BCC meeting relative to medical protocols. The information collected addressed 3 issues: the EMS Medical Director updating protocols without proper review, EMS response times and their 800 megahertz radio system, plus the distribution of stroke patients between NCH Healthcare Systems and Physicians Regional Hospital. The information presented to the board showed that all three areas of concern had been reviewed with the following results. Changes to medical protocols had been properly reviewed, and deficiencies in dispatching procedures in the radio system have been addressed, and that stroke victims are being equitably distributed between local medical facilities, with patient health as the primary factor. Commissioners accepted the status report on the Truck Hall Beach Renourishment Project and provided additional direction for staff. Lee County government and representatives from businesses along Corkscrew Road were on hand to voice their concerns about the increased truck traffic that will soon be on the roadways. The board directed staff to proceed with starting the project and to work with Lee County officials to try and alleviate concerns about the increased truck traffic. The board approved an award for a contract for professional state lobbyist services to Fowler White Boggs, PA, in the amount of $80,000 annually. Having a professional lobbyist helps Collier County maximize opportunities and ensure that the needs of Collier County citizens are communicated to officials in the state capitol. It is imperative that the BCC has experienced professional lobbyists to address issues of interest and concern to the Collier County community, as well as seek available funding. Included in the motion was a direction to staff to formulate a request for proposal for a second lobbying contract to address issues such as changing the beach renourishment permitting processes in order to save millions of dollars. We will keep you posted when the board addresses the issue in the future. The board directed the county manager to review all contracts with leases at the Collier County Airport facilities, including Immokalee Regional Airport, Marco Island Airport, and Everglades Airport, to ensure lease terms are being met by both the airport authority and the tenants. County Manager Leo Oakes will report back on this review at a future meeting. That's all for this edition of Collier Recap, your recap of Collier County Board of County Commissioners meetings. Now, if you want to review all or part of any county commission meeting, visit colliergov.net and click on the video archive section. Once in the archive section, select the meeting you want to review. For BCC meetings, you can use the convenient drop-down menu to select and jump to any item you are interested in. For additional information on Collier County government, visit our Facebook page at facebook.com/CollierGov. You can also check out videos about county government services at the Collier Gov YouTube channel. I'm Troy Miller. Thanks for watching Collier Recap. As we leave you, let's take a look back at the sights and sounds of Team Collier's participation in this year's United Way Walkathon. We'll see you next time.
I want to thank all the volunteers and everybody who's put this thing together. It doesn't just happen and fall out of the sky. There's a tremendous amount of effort and work that goes into organizing the event today. The second part of this event is it's the launch for our United Way campaign this year, countywide.
Supervisor of Elections Jennifer Edwards right here in the middle. Stand up, Jennifer. Oh, I'm sorry. Board of County Commissioners Chairperson Georgia Heller is here. Sheriff Kevin Rambosk is the tall guy in the back. Collier County Superintendent of Schools Kamala Patton is here. I see Collier County School Board member Barbara Berry here.
We're ready for a victory. We're ready for a win. We're ready for a victory. We're ready for a win. We're ready for a victory. We're ready for a win. We are proud of you. Say we are proud of you. We are proud of you. Say we are proud of you. We are proud of you. Say we are proud of you. We are proud of you. Say we are proud of you. We are proud of you. Say we are proud of you. We are proud of you. Say we are proud of you.